Hey guys, how's everyone's night going? Oh, okay. What we just witnessed. Craziness. Oh, we just witnessed craziness. Crazy, crazy, craziness. All right, let me just throw this out here. I wasn't a big fan of I wasn't a big fan of the AEW paid programming advertisement thing. There were some unnecessary shots shot in there that were just uncalled for because they're not true. Like, everyone can find Access TV. It's on the same damn channel that NJPW was on. You guys were all over its nuts. So, just saying, like, that needs to stop. You clearly know what channel it's on if you are an NJPW fan. That was just bullshit. I'm tired of that. Oh, I can't find Access TV. It's on the same damn exact channel that NJPW was on, and they were watching it weekly when Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, John Moxley, Okada, all those guys were raging through Twitter of who they're on and who they're seeing and who they're watching. But apparently, once Impact goes to Access TV, the channel is unknown. Fuck you. Anyways, that's just the one thing that pissed me off. There's another thing that pissed me off today was the way the Knockouts Championship semifinals went down the first round. I know people wanted Kira and Tasha to win. I mean, I would like them to win the right way instead of a distraction victory, which kind of kills the tournament. It's not an athletic tournament now. It's a sneaky tournament. I mean, if Taya and Rosemary were pinned cleanly, I'd be less upset. But the fact Deanna and Kimber had to get involved when it wasn't even necessary for them to get involved was just complete BS. Well, that's that thing. And now we're going to discuss Cody Deaner's change. I feel kind of taken back by this because I've known Cody Deaner since early in his 2000s. Yes, they are heels, but why do they need help to win? They could have done something much more distasteful on their own than having Kimber and Deanna help them out. Especially when Tasha is vying for a Knockouts championship on Twitter against Deanna. So none of it made sense. Cody Deaner went under a change today that I'm kind of scared to find out where it goes. He was bathed in the water of purity or the water of change. I'm gonna go with the water of purity, and he was transformed into his pure self. Now, is anyone else curious of what that actually means? His eyes looked up and had full of rage, and his hair was down like a Rob Zombie kind of style way. It was pretty freaking creepy. So yeah, that's gonna be exciting to see when it comes January. I want to say the 9th is on a Saturday. The first Impact would be on a Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, 9th, 8th, 7, 6, 5. January 5th is when the next episode of Impact starts. And we're gonna see where this Cody Deaner change thing is gonna go. If it forces Jake something into a bigger role than what he is and may be taken serious, I'm here for it. If Cody Deaner is to change into this monster of a man, I'm here for it. Craziness. All right. Then the Chris Bay match. How great was that? Ah, that was just beautifully creative planning. It was fantastic. He went to Rohit, said, "Hey, I got a plan. We just need to remove Manic's mask." And then Rohit was obviously on board. I'm gonna read the comments at the end. So if you guys want to keep replying, feel more power to it. But I'm gonna read them when I'm at the end so I can finish what I'm discussing. So yeah, that was a beautiful plan. I can't believe how perfectly that worked. It worked way better this time than the last time because Rohit used it against Chris Bay last time to win the X Division Championship. But this time around, Chris Bay saw through it. It's like, hey, you know what? You need to get Manic's mask off because once Manic's mask gets off, TJP is revealed and they'll give you the championship right back because it's part of the contract. He can't have the title. So that was cool. During the match, Rohit was yelling at Chris Bay to take off the mask, take off the mask, take it off, take it off, take it off. And then apparently near the end, I think Chris Bay said, Rohit, come on in and take the mask off. And he's like, what are you doing? And of course, Rohit got angry at Chris Bay and just knocked him out, which qualified him as the victory because Manic was disqualified, which made Chris Bay the winner. So now he's technically number one contender because he has a win over Manic. Great stuff. Great stuff. Next thing, what the hell just happened was one thing I want to talk about was the Josh Alexander and Chris Saban match. Oh, that was fun. Oh no, not that one. My bad. It was Josh Alexander and Brian Myers match. That's the one that was fun. So Brian Myers walks up to Josh Alexander and says, "Hey, let's be teammates. I have experience. You have experience. I have experience of winning the titles over 82,000 people. We could work good together." And he's like, "You know what? All I want to do is kick your ass." So they have a match. Brian Myers comes out to the ring. Josh Alexander comes in. They have a good match. Ethan Page saw Josh Alexander slipping, so he came out to offer some assistance by ringside. Brian Myers saw right through it, threw him right into the goal post or the ring post, and he was knocked out for the convenience of the match. Then Brian Myers and Josh Alexander have a great match, set up over and over again. But then the Karate Man appears, and everyone knows who saw Talking Shop in Mania 2, who's been following Ethan Page for as long as he's been doing it. He is a world-class karate expert. So he has this alter ego, so to say, of Karate Man. And he happens whenever Ethan Page is knocked out. Sort of like when Joseph Park is transferred to the Abyss whenever he bleeds. Kind of the same thing there. So, of course, the Karate Man was having none of Brian Myers' shit, and he knocked him out. So, another no disqualification match. Brian Myers wins by disqualification. So, that was fun. Okay, so the Carl Anderson versus Chris Saban match. During this match, leading up to Impact, there was Carl Anderson in the bus with Kenny Omega, and they were having talks about the Carl Anderson of old, how he's the machine gun. I want to see the machine gun, the gunner. So he was getting in the mind of Carl Anderson to have him focused, but then he enters the building, and Rich Swann is there to make a B out of him, a bitch out of him, basically, saying, "You're just Kenny Omega's messenger boy. Why does he dictate what you do?" And then I'm just here to kick Saban's ass. And he's like, "Well, here's Saban now." And Alex Shetty was right next to him. He's all 3-on-1. He's like, "Oh, nah, I'm not going to get into that one. I'm not going to let Kenny Omega dictate what I do." And then he goes back to the bus, and then he has a talk with Carl Anderson again. And Kenny Omega discussed, like, "What was that? That wasn't the machine gun I know. Go do your thing. Go do your thing." And he's like, "Well, you can talk all that stuff you want. I'm going to go and win my match." So, of course, he wins the match. He has the match later at the main event, and they have a spectacular match going on. It's great. It's fantastic. Everything's lining up, and then something clicks in the machine gun, and he gets a roll-up victory. Rich Swann is near the end and says, why'd you pull the tights? You didn't have to cheat like that." And he grabs him by the arm, and Kenny Omega's watching this go down on the bus. Like, "I'm not going to have any of this. I need to do something." And Don's like, "What do you want to do?" It's like, "Well, you got one thing right. The champ does what he wants." So then he enters Skyway Studios, and apparently the LG is completely healed, and he takes out I want to say Rich Swann. No, Alex Shelley and Chris Saban. Chris Saban goes into like this little picture frame of glass, and you hear the crash in the back. Then Alex Shelley gets taken out with a throw, and then Kenny Omega comes out of nowhere and puts a caution wet sign across Rich's face. Like, just go, boom! You can hear the impact on that, no pun intended. And then apparently Kenny Omega has an idea where they have, let's get the reunion of the Good Brothers and the Bullet Club versus 3-3's guys. And then Don Callis is like, you know what? I don't like throwing my EVP power around, but let's make this official. AEW World Champion Kenny Omega, the Good Brothers versus Rich Swann and the Motor City Machine Guns. Now that's the main event. So, as my thumbnail protested, that's exactly what's going to happen at Hard to Kill. Way to kick off the new year. Hey, Jared. The way to kick off the new year is with a bona fide main event match set for Hard to Kill. Crap ton going on as just the first match announced, and it already kills 2 championship matches though, which kind of to me. The tag team championships won't be involved, and the Impact World Championship won't be involved. Unless it's going to be title for title or titles going to transfer, we might get more storyline led into this. But the fact we only have one match for Hard to Kill, and then we have Genesis coming up on the 9th, a lot's going to go down. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out just in time for Hard to Kill. I expect some very fast matches announced. I'm pretty sure Su Yung and Deanna are going to do something, or Su Yung, Deanna, and Rosemary are going to do something. So that January 5th episode is probably must see, because the next 2 weeks are going to be Best of Impact Awards, the holiday specials of 2 weeks. Now, before people bitch and complain about 2 weeks of holiday specials, best year end, like, dude, holiday specials are meant to not even be watched. They are there to the people that don't have family, who don't have people to chill with on the holidays. I'm surprised they haven't done a pandemic special yet. Everyone else is doing one. But yeah, the holiday specials are basically for people that watch Impact annually and religiously, but still have family coming over for friends. You don't normally watch wrestling with your family on these days. On holidays, you chill with family mostly. You don't watch TV, you don't celebrate, or you don't do anything other than chill with family. So these holiday specials are for people that watch Impact Wrestling because they enjoy it. And what these holiday specials will include will be the best of the 2020 awards, and some highlighted matches of 2020, and what to look forward to in 2021. And then you're probably going to get some Access TV studio time where you're going to get some live updates or live dialogue from people. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this plays out the next 2 weeks, because I know they don't just always replay tapes. They go to the roster and ask them holiday questions, or what do you have plans for January, or what do you have plans for 2021. So even though it's just a holiday special, it's still going to be pretty entertaining to watch. So yeah, main event announced, Genesis on the 9th. The 5th of January is when Impact starts again with storylines and everything else. And then Hard to Kill on January 16th. Hard to Kill pay-per-view is $40 on Fight or on any pay-per-view provider you use. Genesis is $10 on Fight and free with a 30-day subscription of Impact Plus. Or you can subscribe to Impact Plus now and get 30 days free, and you watch Genesis for free. Hey, good deals, right? So a lot is coming up for Impact, and I'm very excited to see where it's going to go. Now I'm done talking my ass off. Let's head to the comments. I can't even pronounce that name. I'm just going to call you McGarvin. I don't know how to pronounce that. Altun, Altuan. I don't want to be offensive, but I'm going to call you McGarvin. Sounds like a cool name. But Kira and Tasha are heels. Yes, they are heels, and I probably discussed this earlier into the video. Yes, they are heels, but heels win differently without having someone's help. Like I said, if they were to do some little background tactics of, like what they first started with was pulling Taya off the ring rope, that was heelish. But having another team that was eliminated come out to help you win with nothing involved, no plan in motion, just to have random people there to sabotage the match didn't really feel like a heel move to me. It felt like a screw job. That's just my opinion on it. It puts more heat on them to not be clean winners. Again, your opinion on it. I thought it was a screw job. Deanna and Kimber screwed Ty and Rosemary, in my personal opinion. Chris Bay is awesome. Yes, he is. He's one of my favorites to watch. He was on New Japan Pro Wrestling last weekend. He was also the main event of Final Resolution, which you guys can still watch on Fight, and you can watch on Impact Plus. Great match. I have a video listing the full card in my selection. Great match. He did pretty well in the tournament. He beat Clark Connors, and he lost to ACH. What are you gonna do? I knew Impact wasn't gonna win it. Just saying. NJPW wasn't gonna let it happen. Or they might have, but they found El Phantasmo much of a threat, and he destroyed their trophy. Jushin Thunder Liger is not gonna like that. Hey, Jared. And Jared also put Deonna Purrazzo versus Tyra Valkyrie for Impact Knockout Championship at Impact Hard to Kill. See, that's where I thought they were going with that. But Taya's contract is up in December, so unless she doesn't resign or she stays with the program until Hard to Kill, that's probably not going to happen. What's probably going to happen at Hard to Kill is Rosemary's going to get involved, or Su Yung will come back in the between weeks of January 5th through January 16th and set up a match. I'm guessing a casket match for Deonna Purrazzo versus Su Yung or Susie. I don't know. There's still that story playing out. Su Yung is gone for now, but Su Yung, or the person who runs her Twitter account, which is probably Su Yung, has been posting very cryptic things. You need to watch out for that. Now, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? I got 5 people in the room. Feel free to bombard the chat. This is live. It's not cutting off until I want it to cut off. So if you guys want to chat away and you want to chat with me, go on ahead. I have 5 people in here. 2 people in the comments. Just chat away and I'll hear your opinions out and give my own opinion about it. I'm a very open book kind of guy. Cousin Jake versus Cody Deaner at Impact Hard to Kill. That is a very interesting theory. We don't know where this Cody Deaner change is going, but we do know that Joe Doring and Eric Young still have a threat, are threatened by Jake Something and Rhino. Cousin Jake and Rhino are looking to team to take out Joe Doring and Eric Young for Cody Deaner's fate. I don't know. There's that wild card. Cody Deaner is now officially the main part of that story now. It's going to dictate what's going to happen to Cody. It's what's going to happen to dictate to everyone else. And can I say it's just weird saying my own name in one sentence? Kind of feel like I'm talking like The Rock. Speaking in the 4th person. 4 people in the chat or in the room. I would love to hear their thoughts, their opinions, their ideas, their predictions. Till now, it's going to be just Jared and Mick Garvin. Anything else? This is going on 20 minutes now. 20-minute video for discussion. Crazy. That's probably as long as no, I've done a 30-minute video. I can't do the Jeopardy theme. Where's Ace Austin and Madman Fulton? That's a very, very interesting question because we haven't seen them since they lost at Bound for Glory. But apparently Ace Austin and Madman Fulton are in Skyway Studios. They were in the videos that Ethan posts. So I don't know where they are. But Impact brought them to Skyway Studios for some reason, but we don't know what that reason is yet. So I obviously have no clue where Ace Austin and Madman Fulton are. I have no clue. I've asked on Twitter and I got nothing. So I even tagged Ace and Madman and they got nothing. Madman posted something today about getting free. He's available for bookings for January 21, and he thanked Jake Christ for doing a graphic for him. But I would love to know where Ace Austin and Madman Fulton are. Yep. 5 people in the room. Did Gallows and Anderson turn heel? I think they were always heels. Were they faces? Were they heels? I think they first came on as tweeners, company boys, chilling with brothers. I think that's what they were at first. But then they won the championships and turned maybe heel, or they're still just company dudes. I don't know. Do not know if did Gallows and Anderson turn heel, Jared. Anything else, guys? Is the North going to implode? It's very possible. But we won't know because unless Ethan gets an extension on his contract or resigns, his contract expires before the 5th of January. So if we don't get any confirmation in the next few days of what's going to happen or what's going down, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, what they did tonight didn't seem like a closing on Ethan Page. They brought out the Karate Man. So maybe the Karate Man's getting a contract. I don't know. On that one. I really hope the North don't implode, but it's anyone's guess. Although I am interested if Josh Alexander and Ethan were to have a match. They claim they're the best, but who's the best of the best? That's always the good question. Like if you can imagine Santana versus Ortiz, which something I'll talk about now is when tag teams have their contract expired, why do they both have to leave and why can't one of them stay for a single run? Like Santana or Ortiz could have ran for the X Division Championship, but they both left and it left a hole in the division. Like if Santana stayed, he could have went for the X Division Championship. He was fast enough to do so. Duke Togo, I don't know about you, but the card that Tony Khan and Tony Schiavone ran down doesn't do anything for me at all. Maybe Kenny versus Janella to see if any Impact wrestlers interfere. That's a very good point, Duke. Yeah, some of the matches that they announced on Impact tonight, a lot of them just felt random. But the one that does interest me is Kenny Omega versus Joey Janela. That's going to be a good match. I like Joey. Even though if Joey doesn't like me. I don't know. I've had some back-to-back forwards from him on Twitter, and some of them were actually valid. He called me out on my JR bullshit, which at the time I was defending him, and I was defending the wrong person. I think I apologized to Joe Janella, but I think he blocked me. I don't know. I'll have to look again. They should bring back Ultimate X match. They should bring back the Ultimate X match. I'm always for the Ultimate X match. I love the Ultimate X match. It's probably one of my absolute favorites because of how crazy dangerous it is. But let's experiment with that. Who would be in the Ultimate X? Would it be just Manic, TJP, Manic, Rohit, defeat Rohit, and Chris Bay? Because right now that's the X Division. The X Division has a major hole in it because the Rascals are gone. Willie Mack is injured. So there's only 3 people in the X Division right now that are currently doing anything with the X Division. I mean, Caleb can don the suicide outfit if he wanted to. The Rascals left a big hole, and Impact needs to find a way to fill that hole. There's a lot of strong, talented athletes that are built for the X Division. There's Blake Christian. There's Trey Lamar. Lee Moretti. Leo Rush. Alex Zane is taken. That would have been a good one. Who else is available for the X Division? Yes, Rhino is undefeated in Elevation X matches. The funny thing though is, he said he's afraid of heights, and he still won that match. Crazy. Duke, do you think Deanna will get her wish to face Britt Baker at Hard to Kill? I think so. The company is very high on her, and the more she asks, the more they give her. I don't know. But the fact that she was allowed to say that without any recoil or hush, 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 she might, but I don't think it will be hard to kill. But it could, since they took out Rosemary and Su Yung has gone to nowhere. I think that match could happen at Hard to Kill, but I think Su Yung will definitely play a part in something Deanna does at Hard to Kill. Okay, question. Was there only one Elevation X match? Or were there more? Because I only know of one. That was AJ Styles versus Rhino. Three high flyers from Impact and 3 from AEW, since we know AEW has no sort of flippies. Chris Bay versus Rohit versus Jack Evans versus Matt Sydal versus Phoenix versus Sammy Guevara. Hell, that sounds like a great fucking match. Book me for that. That sounds fantastic. 3 high flyers from Impact and 3 from AEW. You had me sold at Jack Evans. Jack Evans is legit. I fucking love that man. That man is great. Put him in a match with Chris Bay. You got instant money. Throw in Rohit. Defeat Rohit. I gotta remember that. It's not Rohit. It's Rohit. Matt Sydal. Yes, definitely. Phoenix. I would love to see Phoenix in an Ultimate X match. That would be absolute craziness. Sammy Guevara. Yes, those 6 guys is main event money making match. That would be a great match to pitch to Tony Khan. I'm all for it. I actually want it now. Now that you put it in my head, I'm mad. I now want that match. 2 from Impact, 4 from AEW. That is one thing. Right now, AEW has the best X Division guys. Impact could bring in Trey or Lee and maybe Blake Christian, but he's doing something with GCW. Funny thing, Blake Christian was also in the NJPW Super Junior Cup, and he did pretty well with a broken nose, mind you. His nose was busted up in the first round by El Phantasmo, and then he went on to the another round and lost his. I think he lost his second match. And then, because it was ACH and El Phantasmo, Can I just call him Phantasm? The Phantom, basically. Yeah, he was in the finals with ACH. But yeah, that Ultimate X match, that's a great match. Throw in TJP or Manic, and you can just probably take out Matt Sydal. Sorry, Matt. Kind of want the young guns in that. Chris Bay is young. Rohit is young. Jack Evans. He's up there in his 30s now, isn't he? There are 2 Elevation X matches. What was the second one? I only know of the Rhino versus AJ Styles. What was the second one? Was it better than the first one? Why does no one talk about the second one then? What is the second one? Looking. Come on, Jared. YouTube with the lag. Rhino versus James Storm. I can't imagine James Storm's on heights. That's crazy. I will have to look into that. That's fantastic. My prediction for the hard kill main event was Swan versus Omega and winner take all, but it looks like they're going to make us wait a little longer for that. Some slow burns. You know why though, right? Because, okay, Hard to Kill is the first pay-per-view, but it's only in the second week of January. They're pulling, I don't want to say a WWE move, but it's pretty much a WWE move. Right now, they have the 5th of January. Where's my phone? I'm going to do the calendar. Okay, so 5th of January. Damn it. Not the calculator, dumbass. 5, the 5th of January, 12, 19. Okay, so they only got 2 impacts to push Hard to Kill stuff. And then they got a mini pay-per-view on the 9th for Genesis. So they got 2 Impact episodes, 1 special to push Impact Hard to Kill. So they got 1 match down. Other stories are being built. So it's going to be a rush to not a rush as in like rush like the Legion of Doom guys or Courtney. It's just going to be a rush, like a fast pace to find out what to do. Right now they have a good plan going, but 2 impacts and then to make the pay-per-view. So you only got at least, I want to say 3 weeks. 2 impacts, and they can make matches on the fly during the weeks. I was predicting Swan's frustration with Omega would boil over, and Don would be like, "You want to talk about the best wrestler in the world like that? You're in a match with him this Sunday." That does sound like a Don move, but it seems like Kenny is making the voice of Don work. I don't think Don has much control as you think he has right now. I don't think Don can control Kenny. But it was going to be interesting to see how Rich was going to come and play. I knew he was going to come into play. But I do know that Moose and Willie Mack are involved. I didn't think the Motor City Machine Guns. See, I thought at Hard to Kill we were going to get Rich versus Omega and an Impact versus AEW Championship. And then the Good Brothers versus the Motor City Machine Guns. That was my thing. And then it was going to be Deanna versus Taya or Rosemary or Susie for the Knockouts Championship. And then the Exhibition Championship would be a 3-way of Rohit, Manic, and Chris Bay. And then the rest matches would have been Sami Callihan versus Eddie Edwards in a last man standing match. Alicia versus Tennille in a regular match. What else is going down? Eric Young versus Jake something. Oh, no, that story needs to play out more. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Notice how the narrative of the people that were saying, but no one watches Impact anymore, turned into, oh, Impact needs to rely on AEW talent now. Yeah, that's funny how that works. It's also funny how I think I went off in this video at the first of the start how everyone knows Access TV, but doesn't let it be known that it used to be on NJPW used to be on Access TV. So these mad AEW fans that know everything about NJPW that are talking shit about Access TV are just basically being hypocrites, and you can quote me on that. Jared, John Moxley might show up to Hard to Kill and help Rich Swann and Motor City Machine Guns to win and get revenge on Kenny Omega and Don Callis. I don't know. That sounds very interesting. See, Hard to Kill is going to be very interesting to see where things play off for the year. Because it could be an AEW versus Impact pay-per-view, but it also could be an Impact statement. Say, hey, you know what? This is what we bring. Your turn. Because, as is known, it's the first pay-per-view of the year. WWE does this in the last of the month. AEW does it in the middle of the month. But Impact does it the first of the month. So January Hard to Kill always makes that first shot count, like they did this year and make Tessa the world champion. Duke, now that Impact's getting attention, they're trying to spin it into another negative, like, oh, it takes AEW for Impact to get noticed. It's like, no, this is going to help the industry as a whole. Yeah, see, if AEW needed us, they wouldn't be doing this. They see value in Impact Wrestling, and that's why they're willing to work with us. We could have gotten noticed. We got noticed by them before they even noticed us. We were making headways. We were making an impact, pun intended. So, yeah, we got noticed. Yeah, we were doing our thing. MJF is a prick. I think his scarf follows me on Twitter. I would love to see an MJF match versus Sami Callihan, and I'm just a mouth of words. No fist, no fighting, no wrestling, just a mic off. Give them both a mic and just let them promo. And have John Moxley as a referee to see who wins it. MJF is a prick. This is fun. I like this. I like when more people join. I mean, I could talk for hours and just make myself be talking, but I like when other people join in. This video has gone almost 40 minutes that could have ended at 20. So the more you guys comment, the more I'm on and the more I'm willing to talk. This isn't going off until it's completely dead. This is why I like live videos over uploads. Sami Callihan would destroy MJF. Yes, Jared, he will. There was a funny story going on when MJF was first breaking into the independent business. Don Callis said he was interested in signing him, but AEW picked him up. It would have been very interesting to see what MJF could do with an Impact banner, but because it seems like what he's doing in AEW is making noise, but he's not making noise solely. It's with Inner Circle. Now, for those people saying that I hate AEW or I'm spinning shit, I just can't watch AEW. I don't have cable. Once TNT gets on the Philo network, then maybe. But I just... Madman Fulton versus Lance Archer. Lance Hoyt versus Madman Fulton. That's a very interesting match. I don't see any winner in that one, though. That's a 50-50 match. They're both big men. They're both athletic. They're both strong. They both can do things in the ring that no man their size can do. And then if you add maybe some chairs and some weapons involved, you got yourself a crazy ass show. Do. Duke's been quiet. Did he leave? All right, gonna go to 45, and if no one talks, let's see what I can talk about for 5 minutes. John Moxley versus Callahan in a hardcore rules match. Yeah, I would love to see that. I mean, the shit he did with Pentagon was crazy. Has to be on pay-per-view, though, not taped. Let's see. What do you guys feel about the new Moose? Are you starting to like this control your narrative kind of Moose? I thought this Moose is solid. Like, he's not taking any more bullshit, basically. Like, he knows what he wants, he knows what he's doing, and he knows what he's trying to play. But see, now that they're throwing this hard to kill main event match, where does that leave Moose? I mean, what was the point of Final Resolution if you already had a plan set for Rich? I expect Moose to play a part at Hard to Kill with Rich Swann. Or something. I don't know. But this main event thing with oh, that's what I could talk about. Willie Mack challenged Moose to an I Quit match, which I posted this on Twitter. I thought an I Quit match when I was a kid was basically a loser leaves the promotion laugh. You think I quit. So in my mind, I quit. You say I quit when you quit jobs, right? Like, oh, I quit this job. So I didn't understand the concept of the match until I was in my later teens to actually realize that it was basically a intense version of Last Man Standing match where you just have to say, I quit. I can't give in. I can't wrestle anymore. I can't do this. Because I thought it was a oh, okay, I quit this brand or I quit this promotion. But some of my favorite matches have been I Quit matches. See, I wasn't the only one. Electro, nice name. Yeah, that's what I thought at first when I was a kid. See, the first match I saw, the first I Quit match was wasn't John Cena versus Randy. I think it was Jeff Hardy versus Umaga. But no, that was a false count. I don't remember the first I Quit match it was, but I think I had that same concept until I found out it was just, no, I give in. I can't do this anymore. But yeah, but the best I Quit match I've seen was Jeff Hardy versus Matt Hardy at it's either Bragging Rights or it was a match where Matt Hardy apologized to Jeff Hardy for all his wrongdoing, for blowing up his house, for burning his dog, running him over with a car, lighting him on fire with his own pyro. That feud was fantastic, and it subsided at an I Quit match. I don't remember what match it was, but it involved Matt Hardy that was laced in tape on a table, and he was basically pleading Jeff not to do his last swanton on him on a table. But he did anyways because he's a showman, and he just accepted Matt's apology. So yeah, that was my first witness of an I Quit match with understanding the rules. And then there was the infamous Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy one, or Randy Orton versus John Cena one. where he literally beat John Cena hanging from the ring post with handcuffs and beat him half to death with a cane. See, that's the kind of WWE that we need back. Not just PG bullshit. The kind that made you go, oh shit. And that's not the WWE you're getting today. Not at least on SmackDown or Raw, because I've not seen any of it. Mine was The Rock versus Mankind. I wasn't watching the whole Attitude Era as a kid. I was born as a Christian. I later turned into a non-religion type. But as a kid, I was raised on whole Christian. So during my elementary years to my teenage years, I was being controlled on what to watch. I didn't watch South Park until I turned 18. So, yeah, at 18, I was able to do what I wanted and watch what I wanted, and it didn't really matter. But before I turned 18, my parents still had control over me. They're hardcore Christians. I'm just not into the whole religion thing at all. I hope AEW versus Impact is still going on when fans are allowed back. I'm pretty sure it will, unless it is just for the rumors that it was, but I don't think it was because they said it was a one-off, and it's not just a one-off. It happened 3 times now. My voice is starting to fade. So, John Cream, you have a very interesting last name. Yeah, I think it's going to keep going on. I think it's going to last for the full, I want to say the full year of 2021. Yeah, Davey Richards should return to Impact Wrestling and help Eddie Edwards and Alicia. Funny story. Well, not funny. But basically, do you remember the BTW event in California? The first one? Where it was... Well, anyways, I met Eddie Edwards in person, and I asked him about Davey Richards, and he said, yeah, we still talk day to day. So, whatever the plan being, I'm pretty sure if he was stuck in a spot, he'd actually reach out to Davey. But the fact that Davey Richards is not taking bookings anymore, he's back to his fireman duty, I don't see a return coming anytime soon. Sorry, Elektra, I can't watch Dynamite. I don't have cable. Yep, I don't have cable. I usually just see and I go through the GIFs and clips that everyone else posts and watch, and I make my own judgment call from what I see. Same idea with Raw, same idea with SmackDown, same idea with NXT. But I have thought about watching AEW Dark. I'm a big fan of Lindsay Snow. I'm a big fan of Idalise and Diamante and Leva Bates. And the talent they have on Dark is actually very talented and should actually be on the show. Dynamite, not on a YouTube channel. Wow, my voice is starting to die. All right, guys, this is the end. My voice is starting to die, so it's becoming very pitchy. Thank you for watching. It's gone almost 50 minutes. It's impressive. I will continue to do this on the night of every night because it's good to talk about it. And Kenny Omega is a draw, and I'm going to try to leech on that experience to boost my YouTube channel. Nah, not leech, but basically discuss things. But that is the end. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you. I might do a review tomorrow. Maybe. But thank you for watching, and good night.